growing means to like increase revenue, employees, and a lot of other metrics. And scaling means doing that without increasing cost, basically.
Then it's like good ain't good enough, so you gotta be great, and I'ma do whatever it takes. Doing what I love in life, and I'll pay the price, and not stopping even if the shit kills me, even if it kills me.
Hi everyone, and welcome to MattGron's Scaling Up Journey. This is episode 59, and my name is Mattias, aka MattGron, and on the other side we have the one and only Svea Landshoff from Germany, but now established on Swedish soil. How are you doing, Svea?
Hi, Mattias. I'm good, very good. And I want to take away the tagline here, because this is where entrepreneurship runs smack into reality. Welcome also from my side to episode.
Wow. That was
59.
a nice tagline you smashed in there.
Thank you. I'll do the same next time, I hope. All right.
So how are you doing there in the Swedish summer? Do you
good.
prefer it, or do you prefer the German summer?
Well, I'm from northern Germany. It's basically the same. It's
Okay.
I think here it's actually better than in my hometown. Like it's quite decent.
What's the difference?
Less rain. Like I don't know, but I grew up in Flensburg, so we have like the North Sea on the one side and Baltic Sea on the other side. And there's like a lot of wind always and rain from the ocean. So
okay,
yeah, I like that. Yeah, so Mattias, I have a specific topic for today because I came across an article the other day and I want to hear your opinion on this. The article was about the difference between scaling up a company and growing a company. And I just have like some key notes here I wanted to share with you, and I want to hear your opinion. So in the article, they said that growing a company is referring to an increasing revenue, an increasing number of employees, and the geographic spread of offices, versus scaling up a company is a way to grow the business without being held back by increasing costs. So that was a mouthful. I would like to hear, do you agree with this definition? What's your thought on that? What's the difference between these two things?
Yes, I definitely agree. As you said, I mean, growing means to like increase revenue, employees, and a lot of other metrics. And scaling means doing that without increasing cost, basically, and find ways to do it even more efficient. So if I let's try to bridge over into what I'm doing here at iGoMoon, and I think this is also spot on the topic why I call the vlog MattGron's Scaling Up Journey, because we really entered what I refer to as our scale-up journey, which means the next phase on this entrepreneurial venture I call Månresan, or in Swedish and in English the moonshot journey. And we have established a product market fit for our services and established a great relationship with HubSpot, as we refer to our HubSpot partnership. And we have survived the first valley of death, which means growing beyond 10 people and 1 million euro in revenue. And I think now we do what we can to face the next big challenge, which is the second valley of death, and as a service company grow beyond 30 people and 3 million euro in revenue. And we have a milestone to reach that in 2023. So, and then basically all discussions around scaling up the company naturally, emerge to the surface. So
yeah, you were like agreeing with what I said before, that scaling a company means growing without being held back by increasing costs. I mean, you probably always have increasing costs if you grow in one way or another, but I guess not as much. But how do you do this? You had a couple of examples here, but can you be a bit more precise how you started to scale up iGoMoon, some practical things that you did?
Yeah, I think first I want to say there is a couple of really big challenges we need to overcome as a company. And I think definitely, depending what kind of business you scale up, there is different challenges, but there is still, like, how should I say, we have the headlines where I think all businesses really need to learn from and develop around. And we have the first challenge, which is naturally like money and cash, and sometimes you basically need investments to be able to grow. So then we have the processes, which is a huge challenge. A lot of the internal processes aren't designed to scale. And then we have challenges around culture, recruitment, and onboarding, and really communicating the vision we have here at iGoMoon.
Yeah.
So I think like money, processes, and culture is challenges everyone faces when they are scaling up a company. And so you asked what we are doing here at iGoMoon, and I have learned a lot from the book Scaling Up, which I think it was in one of the first episodes we talked about that, and what I'm learning from that book is definitely a cornerstone of the things we discuss here in the blog. But I have been working a lot on the leadership side, growing leaders, finding new ways to delegate and make iGoMoon as a business more predictable. And I also over the last year we have been working a lot on creating a more scalable infrastructure. So we realized we lacked a lot of systems and infrastructures, both physicals and organizational ones, to be able to become more efficient. Because when you're growing a business, there's a lot of complexities comes around that when you're growing a business, and I think communication, it's hard, and I think we also talked about that in the last episode or the episode before. Humans, we are like we are very complex, and technology could sometimes be very easy, so communication is definitely something I've been working on. And then marketing, I think I can really see like we need to do a lot of work around that still. Only touch the surface, scratch the surface. So I think a huge reasons why you scale up a company is creating an effective marketing function that could really, help the company to attract new customers and also new talents, and really develop other key relationships. In our case, it could be the partnership together with HubSpot.
You said that you were like learning also a lot from the book Scaling Up, but somewhere in the back of my head, I think you had also a workshop, right, with one of the representatives of Scaling Up crew from the book, or could you just explain what that was?
We when we started. So when I read the book Scaling Up, I was also in contact with them, and I was looking for a certified like consultant in the Nordics or in Sweden that could help us, because sometimes when you want to initiate a new idea for the leaders, then there could be a good idea to have someone else coming outside from outside of the organization to support you as the founder or the CEO. It's sometimes much better if you have someone else facilitating, so you also can participate as all the other leaders on the same level. And that's sometimes a very like challenging position when you are a challenging position to be in when you are a CEO, because a lot of times you really need to facilitate, you should lead, and at the same time you also should participate, being creative, So I saw a big opportunity just to get someone else in from the outside.
Yeah, I think it's anyways usually a good idea to have someone objective coming in, looking at it with fresh eyes or whatever. And like in German, we have the expression, I love how we always sprinkle in our expressions, and we say we don't see the forest because of all the trees. So maybe if you're always like working there and you face this every day, you maybe don't even realize certain things, but someone coming in could say, hey, we need to work on this and this and this. Let's do it, So you are also saying that it depends on the kind of business that you have. You can scale up or not. Can you give some example of like a business that maybe a bit more easier to scale up versus something that's maybe not scalable?
Typically I try to keep the conversation around what I'm doing. My experiences come from the things I'm doing, not from what I'm not doing. I'm in the trenches trying to scale up iGoMoon as a HubSpot partner company, and I think I want to more bridge that over to where I see we have a huge challenge right now, and I think the biggest bottleneck for us right now, where we are on our journey, is basically to attract and recruit new talents, and also keep talents, work with employee retention. That's where I see a lot of challenges right now, and it's also something we really need to succeed with during the fall now, here after the summer, and to keep up with the growth numbers we have on the board and defined as our goals. So
do you have any explanation why there are challenges right now with recruiting and keeping people?
I think it's basically my fault. It's only like X amount of hours each day, and like iGoMoon, we don't HR work and like talent acquisition, it's a full-time job. And if you have really tough growth numbers that you want to reach, I think the easiest way to compare it is, sales. If you want to really grow your numbers around sales, you must understand that sales is a full-time job, and you need employees working full time as account managers, as we have today. Like 2 years ago, it was just me doing the sales.
Yeah.
And it was like impossible to get any prediction around it, because, you know, I worked with sales, let's say a couple of hours each day, and sometimes I didn't have time to work with sales for a couple of days, and then I worked with sales again. And I think that's what's going on the HR side, and the talent acquisition side for us. So we have been talking we have been talking about this in an earlier episode when I was talking how I was developing a recruitment process. We set up our career pages, and we started to use Teamtailor as a tool to actually make the recruitment process more efficient. As you see there, it's something you use. That's a way how tools can help you scale up. And so yeah, but I still invest. I'm not there working in the process. So yeah, long answer, but it's my fault. I haven't spent the time, and I haven't recruited anyone to actually do it. But now we started a collaboration with another consulting company. So now we have a talent acquisition person working for us about 50% as a consultant. Okay. And he's going to help me solving this. So
yeah, that's great, because my next question would have been, are you planning on getting someone to help you out with HR a bit?
Yeah, but I think that's the key challenge, like I was talking about before. Like very often you need to really you need to make the decision to do the investment. And I think we have been waiting a little bit too long, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
To invest in it.
But thank you for that conversation. Interesting to hear your side and a bit of your background and your scaling up journey so far. Do you have any takeaway about scaling up for today?
No, just I think it's super important to be patient and continue growing in the process. And
all right. Thank you for our conversation. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, if you like what we're doing, consider subscribing, liking, comment. I'm a YouTuber now, and see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye-bye.